Hello everyone, my name is Marissa and today I'm going to be explaining the design process I took in order to come up with my interactive design idea for autonomous cars. So the first thing I did was sit near a vehicle to identify any surrounding sounds. I found laughter, dogs barking and a hammer to be the most interesting sounds. I then came up with my initial idea of an interactive speaker that uses movement as input and sound as output. After explaining my concept to my tutor and my family, a number of questions arose that encouraged me to refine my idea further. For example, the question, how does it detect movement, helped me define the technology I would need to implement in order to make my idea probable. Following on, I recorded some expected, possible, and unexpected acts people do in or around a car to spur some design thinking. This activity inspired me to think of different ways in which I could describe sound and also helped me identify my emotional responses to these sounds. After having a concrete idea for my interactive design, I researched relevant literature that related to my concept. The main themes I researched were autonomous cars, specifically the benefits, drawbacks, and user expectations, and embodied sonic interactions, particularly how action-sound relationships can be a form of expression. Furthermore, I also researched how embodied sonic interactions can sustain passenger communication in driverless vehicles. Some of the findings concluded that autonomous cars will increase convenience, safety, fuel economy, and lower emissions, and that wearable technology presents new approaches to music interaction. I then analysed other professional projects such as Soundform, Just Dance, and Raja because they shared similarities with my idea. For Activity 5, I redefined my idea as if it were only designed for sound, sight, touch, taste, motion, and smell. Some of the ideas I came up with included a vibrating orb and a visual interface that mimics the user's motion. After finalising this activity, I decided that for future iterations of my project, I would like to consider incorporating the touch concept I developed. My final design concept is an interactive speaker that utilises movement as input to produce a sound output. It is made up of two technological devices, a controller and a console. Users must perform gestures while holding one of the controllers, and the speed of the gestures determines the type of soundtrack that will play. For example, slow, gentle movements would trigger a slow ambient soundtrack, whereas fast, jagged movements would trigger a fast pop song to play. This is done through infrared technology. The controllers contain built-in motion sensor controls that send wireless communications via Bluetooth to the console. The console determines the speed of the movement and triggers the desired soundtrack. If there are two passengers engaging in this experience at once, one person will be in charge of determining the type of song, and the second person will alter the speed and pitch of the song. My project aims to create a fun and engaging interactive experience and encourages passengers to interact more with each other. Lastly, my project is targeted at women and men between the ages of 8 and 31 because through research I concluded that my idea is relevant to this demographic. During my literature review, new information was brought to fruition. It revealed that users hope to engage more with other passengers in autonomous driving and look forward to the possibilities of futuristic designs and technology. Additionally, passengers begin to experience discomfort at lower acceleration rates than car drivers. Therefore, my concept bridges communication between passengers in a fun and engaging way that will distract users from any discomfort that they may experience in autonomous cars. Regarding embodied sonic interactions, the benefits of wearable and camera-based motion tracking devices were uncovered. Camera-based motion tracking is effective because it does not interfere with the user's movement. However, the field in which users can interact with the camera is limited. Therefore, wearable technology is a more popular solution for gestural music interaction. Additionally, gloves proved to be more expressive, and the Limu was a good controller but felt unstable being positioned on the wrist. Consequently, my interactive design is a handheld controller to enable users full freedom of movement. Jamovic studied the physiological signals from dancers to modulate the sound environment of a performance. Basic emotions such as anger and fear were represented by fast and forceful bursts of movement. I follow a similar approach in my interactive design where rapid, abrupt movements trigger a fast pop track to play and vice versa. Additionally, my project also encourages users to use movement as a form of expression to trigger a sound output that aligns with their emotional state. Further research could be done into more specific movement gestures, for example, if certain gestures like the peace sign provoke a parallel emotional response. Here is a storyboard that depicts how a user would interact with my final interactive concept. Firstly, users would have to step into a level 5 automated car. Then they would have to pick up the controller from the dashboard, press the power button, and connect their phone to Bluetooth so that the console can stream their music library. Next, the user must start moving and the speed of their movement determines the soundtrack. They can then choose to listen or sing to this song. If multiple passengers are in the car, the same first 4 steps apply to them. However, they will experiment with different gestural functions. Together these control the type of soundtrack and its speed and pitch. Users can also adjust the volume of the song and then continue on listening. Once users have completed their experience, they press the power to turn the devices off and place them back on the dashboard.